Hey y'all! Yay! Welcome to this video. I'm so excited that it's finally time to film this. So for my self-sponsored review this month, I decided to review a bunch of drugstore makeup. I decided to put my channel's entire monthly budget for review towards a single drugstore haul. I feel like I just don't have as much of a breadth of knowledge, or I guess a depth of knowledge about drugstore makeup as much of one as I would like. So I'm taking this opportunity to learn more about it. And because I don't really have a breadth or a depth of knowledge about drugstore makeup, instead of striking out on my own and just picking whatever seemed like it might be good, I asked my Patreon patrons what they thought I should review. So I asked them if there's anything that they know is really great and that they think that I would like. And I also asked them if there's anything that's kind of new to the drugstore market that they really want to see me review because they're curious about it. So I asked the question on my Patreon. I got a whole bunch of amazing responses. And based on what everyone said, I placed an Ulta order. I placed one single big Ulta order. I believe I spent exactly $100, which is a little bit more than my monthly budget, but it's definitely the amount that I have right now in the month of October to spend, like the amount that I had to safely spend on review stuff for my channel this month. So that order is in this box. This is like how I spent $100 at Ulta on drugstore makeup. And instead of just doing one video, I decided to open this box on camera, and therefore I'll get two videos out of it. So this is just going to be like an unboxing, me reminding myself what it is that I decided to buy. Then you guys can see what it is I'm going to be testing. I'll swatch everything, but obviously I'm already wearing makeup today, so I can't like put it all on my face. But this is just like a haul and a sharing with you of what I'm reviewing. And then I'll circle back in a week or two and let you know what my full experience has been with every single one of these products between now and that time when I film the next review. And then of course I will end up reckoning with the products way later, like deciding whether they're good enough to actually stay permanently in my collection. So get ready. It's going to be a long, wild ride with me, you, and drugstore makeup. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Hannah. I love beautiful things, but I'm trying to keep a balance in my life between indulging in that love and overspending. I guess I'm not keeping a balance between the love and the overspending. I'm trying to keep a balance in my life by which I indulge in that love without overspending. So if that sounds good, subscribe. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Okay, let's do it. No delays, no dilly-dallying, no beating around the bush. It is such an unusual feeling for me to like open a box that's come in the mail and have there be drugstore makeup in it. Like, I guess I did get that little package from e.l.f. a couple of months ago. e.l.f. sent me a couple of products to review, and so I did it that time. But for me to have like ordered a box of stuff for myself and open it and it's all drugstore, I actually don't know if I've ever done that. In all of these years of me really loving makeup, I don't know if I've ever done that. I've bought drugstore makeup at the actual physical drugstore, but I don't know if I've ever done this before. And it's kind of a bonanza. Look at that. It's like a lot of stuff for my $100. It's really looking like a lot of stuff to me right now. Oh, this is exciting. So one of you, I believe Sarah, asked me to review something from Honest Beauty. Sarah is one of my Patreon supporters who's, I know, really interested in clean makeup and clean beauty. And there isn't all that much overlap between clean beauty and drugstore makeup, but Honest Beauty is one of the places where they overlap. So this is the thing from Honest that excited me the most. It's a cream cheek blush. I believe it only comes in 2 colors. And it's interesting, this blush doesn't come in like a tawny color or a brown color or even a very beige nude color. Those are the kinds of things that I tend towards for blush. Recently, I've kind of been feeling a little bit more willing to try pinks, especially when they're soft pinks and pale pinks. None of those berry or fuchsia leaning pinks, but this kind of pink, okay. So when I saw that there were only 2 colors, I was like, oh, there might not be one for me. But then I was like, you know, I think I could make this work. So it's called Rose Pink. I believe it was about $11. The packaging feels very high end. Like, it does not feel drugstore. And the pan is feeling very balmy. Like, this feels like a balm. It doesn't feel like a moussey or even like a pigment heavy blush. It really feels like a balm. The pigment's there though. That's pretty. Oh yeah, and it's definitely like attaching to my skin in this like very, very balmy way. It's not really sitting on top. It really feels like it's almost like it's emollient. It's like nourishing my skin, which is kind of nice. It would be really interesting to see how this wears throughout the day once I get to wearing it. It is a little bit difficult to open the compact. I just trimmed my nails really short last night and took off all of the polish, so it's no problem for me today, but I could imagine that if I had press-on nails or if I even had just longer nails, that could be really frustrating. What is this? I think this is a lip liner. And you know what? I think I have a couple of lip liners, so I'm actually gonna look in there and dig through and get them all out so I can do them together. Oh yeah, I remember these Essence. I think that somebody recommended these Essence lip liners once in comments. This wasn't a recommendation from Patreon. I just wanted to try some drugstore lip liners because I've been lining my lips more and I don't have that much of a variety of colors. I have like 3 or 4 sort of my lips but better colors, like colors that are pretty close to the color of my natural lips, but I don't really have any mid reds. Like I have a couple of deeper berry reds, but I don't really have any like bright red lip liners, and I don't really have any browns. So I decided to pick a couple up, and these ones from Essence, I remembered someone having mentioned them in the comments a long time ago, and also they were really inexpensive, and then they were on like a 2-for-1 deal. So I think that they were like each less than $1. I think they might have been like $2.50 to begin with, and then they were, so maybe they were each like a little bit over $1. In any case, it was easy to just throw them into the cart. And I also remember the names were really beautiful. One of them, yeah, this brown one is called Deeply Intoxicated. And then the red one is called So Lovesick, which is just also, I don't know, has a little something something. So the brown is definitely very brown. Like that's it. I think it said it was a soft brown, and that's like a deep, winey brown. That's browner than I was expecting it to be. They do feel a little bit waxy going on, but the red is a true red. That's a brighter lip liner, a brighter red lip liner than any that I own. So if the formula is okay, then you know, maybe these will make it into my collection. And then the other lip liner that I got is from Juvia's Place. And this actually also wasn't, I branched out a little bit from the Patreon recommendations in 2 arenas, and this was one of them. I just decided that I wanted to try some lip liners. And while I was poking around on Ulta's site, I decided that I wanted to try something from Juvia's Place because I just know that the brand is really popular and beloved, and I haven't tried very much from them. I've kind of tried barely anything. Just I think some eyeshadows is all I've ever tried from them. And they do have these beautiful nudes, like a full range of nude lip products. So I decided to try this lip liner in the shade Sweet Nothing, and this looks like it's gonna be the one. This looks like it's gonna be, oh yeah, look at that. So yeah, this is a really beautiful, soft, brownish beige, and it doesn't have that, like, so often things promise to be beige and then they're just pink, right? And they especially look pink on me because I'm relatively warm toned and so pale. So this promises to actually stay brown on me. It's like a very beautiful lip liner version of some of my favorite brownie nude lips, the ones that are really actually beige. Yes. This is like the thing I'm the most excited to try so far. Another blush. This is probably the most recommended and like most requested things. There were a lot of people on Patreon saying that they just wanted me to try Flower Beauty and didn't even necessarily have like a specific thing that they wanted me to try. And then a lot of you who have tried this product, you were like, this is my #1 recommendation for you, Hannah Louise Poston. You're going to love the Flower Beauty blush bombs. So I think I just got the one color. Yeah, I think at one time during the process of deciding what to try, I had like a couple of colors. They do have a tawny one. I think it's called cinnamon. Maybe it's a cinnamon colored one. It's called tawny. They do have a browner one, but many of you have talked over the years about this being like a really neutral kind of beigey nude, and many of you have said that it reminds you of Glossier Dusk, but that you like it even better than Glossier Dusk, and it's definitely the lightest color that they have. I really like the component. I like how it's like this long clear tip that's sort of like a glass eyedropper on some sort of skincare product. It's really giving me some science vibes and I'm here for it. Wow, so it's a little bit more serum-y than I was expecting. And it's also a little bit less pigmented than I was expecting. I wonder if the wipe that I'm using, I have these wipes from the Athena Club that I've been testing out. They leave a lot of oily residue. I wonder if that has left some oily residue on my hand. But no, I actually do think it's the product. So it is pretty beige. It's pretty beige leaning brown, but it also kind of has like more of an orange undertone than I would have loved to see. Like if I had gotten to choose, I would have taken a little bit of that tangerine out. But I will definitely suspend judgment until I put it on my actual face. Overall, this little thingy feels kind of more robust and yeah, again, like more high end, I think, than I was expecting it to. Oh, this is another thing that wow, this is really big and chunky. This is like twice as big as I was expecting it to be. This has been getting a lot of hype on social media. It's the new Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And I think that part of the reason it's getting so much hype is that the component is really beautiful. They did a really good job. They really made the packaging feel, I don't know, it feels like some sort of startup direct to consumer makeup brand. Like it's designed, you know, it's like big and chunky and it's got this embossing on it. I'm so excited to try this. I've actually been curious about this product for a very long time because I saw one of my favorite Instagrammers, Becca Sun. I will definitely link her Instagram down below. She did a beautiful swatch video of a couple of colors of this like a couple months ago, maybe close to when they first came out. And I watched it like 100 times and I was like, I really want to try those. But because I don't really usually order drugstore makeup online and I haven't been going to drugstores, I didn't. And so this was the first occasion that I had to do it. So huge doe foot applicator, coconutty smell. And everyone's saying that these are like a dupe kind of thing for Fenty glosses, but this is definitely thicker and more viscous than the Fenty. Like I find the Fenty glosses to be sort of slippy and oily and in a way kind of watery in their consistency. And this is like a thick gloss. I cannot wait to put this on my lips. It's really, really pretty and sparkly. And there's something so gratifying. It actually kind of feels like a lip gloss it's like a lip gloss in that Super Mario world where everything's big. Like that's how it feels. I feel like Alice in Wonderland. Like like I'm shrinking and this is a regular sized lip gloss. I want to put it on right now, actually. I want to put it on right now. I have a little bit of this e.l.f. stuff on my lips right now, the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick in Golden Pear, but I blotted it before I started filming and then it's worn away because I've been talking, so. Oh yeah, so it feels thick. And the smell, the coconutty smell, makes it feel to me emotionally like it's really good for my lips. Like it makes it feel nourishing, like it has a lot of good ingredients. I don't know if that's one of the claims. It's not sticky at all though. And you definitely can't feel, this one's a little bit glittery and you definitely can't feel any grit. And it's a little tingly. It's tingling me a little bit. I guess that's the lifter part. Yes, Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is one of those glosses that makes me want to overline, like over gloss, like overline with gloss, just atrociously so that I'm like a weird duck with gloss all over my face, like up to here. It makes me want to do that. Aha! I'm doing it, you guys. There's another one in here. I got the green one and the purple one. These are the Lash Princess mascaras by Essence. So the green one is False Lash Effect and the purple one is Sculpted Volume. I've been wanting to try these and wanting to review them basically since the first time I ever opened my mouth and was like, mascara, splink splink on camera. And then 1,000 people in the comments were like, Essence Lash Princess, Essence Lash Princess. So it's been years I've been wanting to review these, and what has happened is that it just keeps getting put off and put off and put off by the fact that there always seems to be a mascara or another to review. It's just not in my nature to like go buying a new mascara when I have one open. Like right now I'm using the Pat McGrath Dark Star that came in PR, and it's hard for me to be like, I'm gonna buy a new mascara even though I already have one that's working. Like since my no-buy year, this replacements only behavior has been like the baseline of my behavior. But if I continued on and I didn't allow myself to break out of that, then I would just never have gotten to these. I would never have gotten around to reviewing them. So I just decided to bite the bullet and do it. And I'm going to go ahead and start using them and just be able to report back in like a couple of weeks. I'll give them some time to, you know, settle in. I feel like mascaras always need a little time to settle in, but then I will let you know. The components feel, again, like beefier and more fun than I was expecting them to. I thought they were going to feel really cheapy peepy because they are really cheapy peepy. I think that these are like $2.50 or $3, and then they were buy one get one 50% off. So again, it just felt crazy to like be just throwing these in my cart and have the total only go up by less than $5, I think. But the lids are just like very big and grippy. These icing looking marks on them are rubberized, so they feel like something. They feel like something. What else is in here? Oh, this is the other way in which I strayed from the Patreon recommendations, because nobody on Patreon was like, you should review the Morphe 2 Hint Hint Skin Tint. Nobody. But I wanted two things. I wanted to put a complexion product in here because I want to expand my breadth and depth of knowledge about drugstore in the complexion direction. So I wanted that, and there just aren't very many drugstore products that both suit my tastes when it comes to complexion products. My tastes are to have, my taste in complexion products runs what I like is a complexion product that allows your skin to breathe and show through. I'm not about that full coverage life. I want something light coverage, tinty, spot concealing. You know, I like to have makeup showing on my face, on my eyes, cheeks, and lips, and I like to have my complexion look like it, like I just woke up like that, right? So it's hard to find a drugstore product that's designed for that, but it's really hard. Like, it's not impossible to find that, but it's almost impossible to find that and to find one in a shade range that is wide enough so that it goes light enough for me. So when it comes to drugstore priced stuff and things that are available in like the drugstore section at Ulta, this is like one of the only ones. I would actually really like to know if you guys have specifically for this kind of thing, like a very light coverage or like a dewy coverage, something that shears out and looks incredibly skin-like, that's a complexion product that's at a drugstore price or at the drugstore that has a really wide shade range. Like, what do you think? Like, are there other ones besides this? This is just the one that I've kind of been curious about this whole time. It's the one that stuck out to me, and it has really good reviews on Ulta. Like, really, a lot of people are like, I live. It looks, yeah, it looks like it's a match. This is the lightest shade, by the way. It's the one called Hint of Ivory. And it says fair with neutral pink undertones, so it's supposed to be the cool toned one. And I have neutral to warm undertones, but the fair with neutral to warm undertone one, when you look at the swatches, it's clearly darker. Like, they're supposed to both be fair. So in theory, they're supposed to be the same shade, but one is warm and one is cool. And I think they even have one that's neutral, but they're not the same shade. This is the only one that's like really, really as light as I am. And yeah, the match looks very good. It actually looks really good. That's exciting. And interesting, it is buffing out to be kind of sheer, but it didn't stay dewy. It kind of set down to like a either satin or almost even like a matte finish, and I hope it's not going to turn chalky. But of course, I cannot truly review this right now. I'm just curious, so I'm swatching it. But that was a promising experience, I've got to say. I'm glad I decided to review this weird Morphe thing. Don't worry, it's the only thing I got from Morphe 2. Back during that hot second during which I was thinking about reviewing Morphe 2, like when it was first announced, I was imagining making a video titled 35-year-old woman tries Morphe 2. And I do feel like that would have been a good thumbnail. Okay, here's where I like could not. It's with lipsticks. And this one was very, very highly recommended. So this is one, and then this is one type, and then the other two are two different colors of a different type. This is the Revlon Shine, what is it called? It's the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine formula. And several of you asked me to review this because you're curious to know whether it might be a dupe for the Gucci lip voile. And so I got this in the color Glaring Red because one of you in particular, and let me find out who it was. Oh, Kate. It was Kate. Hi, Kate. So Kate is asking if this might be a dupe specifically for Goldie Red, which is the color that I have in the lip voile. I think that if I had just been like buying this for myself, if I was like, I want to pick up one of those Revlon sheer shine thingies, I probably would have gone with there's one called like endlessly nude or like infinity nude or something like that, I probably would have gone with that. But you know, I don't need another nude glossy lip product. You know what I mean? I wasn't like actively pining after that one. And Kate specifically wanted to know how this one would compare to Goldie Red. And then many of you also in the comments on the Patreon were asking how this product compares to the Gucci one. And so it made sense for me to get the one that's the closest in color to the one that I have in the Gucci Voile formula. So I went with this one, and I'm having the worst time getting the stupid sticky label off. And I actually think I remember reading a review about this on the Ulta site. Someone was like, I like the lipstick, but the tube is just disgusting because this stuff's so sticky and it's not what I want to see in a lipstick. And I kind of agree. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try right now to get this sticky stuff off with nail polish remover because I wanna know, I would like to know instantly whether it's gonna just be like this the whole time. It's just like all over it. Okay, so nail polish remover is removing the sticky stuff and the finish on the lipstick. And is that what's happening? This is kind of a disaster, I think. So yeah, don't use nail polish remover to get the sticky stuff off because it will also affect the finish of the bullet. I should have just used like an oil or something, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult to remove. And it's too bad because the bullet is actually very beautiful. It's like, it's got this sort of like sheer or clear acrylic thing with like a black inlay, like it almost looks like something was poured inside of it. It's like really, really cool. And that effect is completely destroyed by the fact that the bullet is covered in really sticky stuff from the sticker that was on it. So now I'm using micellar water and it's only kind of working. Gross. All right, it's not totally clean yet. I'm gonna work on it later because time's wasted. Wow, yeah, sad. The component is so beautiful. I really wish I wasn't having that issue with the sticker, but if I can get it clear, although it's sad that I kind of messed it up with the nail polish remover, but if I can get it clean, it's gonna be a really nice lipstick. It feels high end. Oh yeah, and it's swatching out a lot like the Gucci one, which let me go grab that right now so I can do a swatch comparison. So Goldie Red is just a little bit more orange. Glaring Red is a little bit more, this is Goldie Red on this side, and this is Glaring Red on this side. So Glaring Red is just a little bit more cool toned, and Goldie Red is the Gucci one, and that's a little bit more warm toned. And Goldie Red also feels a little bit less slippery, and it looks a little bit less shiny. It looks less slick, although they both feel kind of slick. And I bet that warmed up on the skin, they will end up wearing very similarly. So the main difference here is color, just at the outset. And you know, I prefer Goldie Red because I like that sort of rich orangey. I like it sort of like a dirty orangey red, the Gucci one. But formula-wise, they feel really similar. I'm intrigued, but extremely annoyed about the issue of the sticker, and kind of annoyed at myself for just like going in where angels feared to tread with nail polish remover without thinking twice about it. All right, let's look at the other two lipsticks. Okay, so these ones are not packaged the same. These ones have that tearaway plastic on them, so hopefully they won't be nasty underneath. Oh no, there's still a sticker. There's still a sticker underneath the tearaway plastic. Get it together, Revlon. Yeah, these are gonna have the same sticker issue. I'm not even gonna try to remove the sticker right now. I'm just gonna tell you what they are and open them and swatch them. So this is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick. So I think that there was originally the Super Lustrous lipstick, which they have in like a ton of colors. I think it must be one of their main gigs. And then they newly released the Super Lustrous Shine, which is the one that people were asking me about. The Super Lustrous lipstick, I decided to try in two colors. One is Rum Raisin, and this is again a recommendation that has come from like over the years from a variety of videos. So several of you have said at different points that Rum Raisin by Revlon is like your go-to lipstick, like your best of the best, especially when I've asked about drugstore things or talked about drugstore things. And wow, it looks a lot more nude in person than it does in any of the pictures. In all of the pictures, this one really looked like it was gonna be almost like a wine color like more of a deep wine color, but it's got that like creamy nude quality. And I don't think I really have anything quite like this. I think you would technically call this a mauve, but it's got something special about it that it makes me feel like mauve is too weak a word for it. And that's what everyone's always said about it in the comments. You've all been like, there's just something about it. It's got that little something something. So I've wanted to try this forever. So I took this as like the opportunity to throw that in the cart too and test it out. And then I couldn't pass up this color in the same formula. It's called Mink, and it's just that brown that I love. So I'll definitely be testing these out and wearing them. At first glance, it looks like I'm gonna really like them both. They both look a little dark for me. Like I might need to blot them or mix them with something pale to make them just a little bit lighter. But that is kind of how it goes with these kinds of colors. It's hard to find shades like this in lighter colors in lipstick. Look at those swatches. Okay, there are two more things. Well, there are three more items, but two more products because I got two of these. So there were strong recommendations for this product in the Patreon thread, the Essence Melted Chrome Eyeshadow. You guys know that I like these sort of like bouncy, creamy, super shiny, single grungy eyeshadows. These were also, I think, buy one, get one for 50% off. Oh, look at that! Can you see it shining from there? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna see the other color. So that color was called Ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day. Okay, this is called Warm Bronze. They're so creamy. They're so bouncy. I'm glad I got both of these because Warm Bronze looks like the one that I'm gonna grab constantly to just put all over my lid, just like one and done. But Ironic is like really shiny. I mean, it's the one that's showing me that this product has got game. I'm so excited about this. Look at that! Oh my god! It's like Natasha Denona, Eat Your Heart Out. A little too ironic. And yeah, I really do think. Yeah, oh my gosh, I really do think. Those are making me wish I had not yet done my eyeshadow today. Like, I wish that this was a try-on haul because I want to put them all over my face. Remember how I've been talking about wanting like a really, really pale egg blue eyeliner, like a creamy eyeliner? And so when I asked about that back in the day, like a couple months ago, there are a bunch of recommendations for a bunch of different ones. And I looked at a bunch of different ones, and this is the only one that really seemed like the thing that I wanted to try. It's one of the NYX faux whites. It's the one called Baby Powder. And it's a bit pale. Yeah, it's like maybe I'm actually looking for something a little bit more colorful than this, like with a little bit more color. This really is definitely like a blue white. You can see it kind of glowing from my hand from there, that big swatch right there. So yeah, this might not end up actually being the sort of baby egg blue that I was looking for, but maybe it will be. I kind of won't know until I try it. I didn't want to get like 4 different ones of that. I think that a lot of you also recommended the one from LA Girl, maybe the one from Milani, but they didn't have like as light a color as I want. Like I really wanted like a white, like a washed out one. And they all had greens and blues, but they were just not quite as pastel as what I was looking for. And I think this one might be a little more pastel than what I'm looking for, but maybe what I'm looking for doesn't exist. It's fine, it's fine. Anyway, I'll enjoy playing with this, and like all of it, I'll report back. Okay, so that is it. That is how I spent $100 of my channel's budget for review at Ulta on drugstore makeup. I'm just going to quickly go through the things again to refresh your memory. So we have the Honest Beauty Cream Blush in Rose Pink. We have the Flower Beauty Blush Bombs. I know I'm not going in the same order, but it's just chaos in front of me. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to group them together. The Chaos Beauty, maybe that's what my brand would be called. Chaos. Grungy Chaos Beauty by Louise Poston. Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Pinched. We've got a bunch of lip products. So the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and I forgot to say the color of this one. It's the color Crystal. And I don't think I would have gotten this if it weren't for those swatches on Becca Sun. When she swatched them out, this was definitely the one that looked the most attractive to me. So the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Crystal. We have 2 of the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks, Mink and Rum Raisin. We have the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine in Glaring Red. And then 3 lip liners. This is a real lip heavy haul. We've got the Juvia's Place lip liner in Sweet Nothing, and then 2 Essence ones. They are So Lovesick and Deeply Intoxicated. We've got 1 eyeliner, the NYX Faux White in Baby Powder, these 2 Essence mascaras, the purple and the green. And ironically, I just knocked both of these onto the floor even though I'm so excited about them. So it's the Essence Melted Chrome eyeshadows in Warm Bronze and ironic. It comes out to 14 items total, which I guess is like an average price per item of less than $10, maybe even down to something like $7. Is that right? I did math, you guys. I did math in my head. I was right, and then I did it on a calculator, and it turned out that I was right. So yeah, it's an average of $7 an item, but of course we know that they didn't hover around $7 each. Some of them were like $1.50, $2, and some of them were like, I think up to around $11 for maybe the Honest Beauty blush and the Morphe. Oh, I forgot about the Morphe thing. It's sitting right here. So it's actually 15 things. Yeah, so it's an average of $6.50 each. But the Morphe thing's kind of expensive. I think it was $17, but there was a coupon on Ulta and I ended up only paying something like $12 or $13 for this. What I'm trying to say is that I bought 15 things for $100, an average of $6.5 for each thing. I'm not usually a quantity over quality person over here when it comes to building my personal collection, and that's why this isn't really my habit, you know, to place big drugstore orders like this or to spend my personal budget or my channel budget on like a quantity of things rather than a few select quality items. But for the purposes of review, it is exciting, I think, to do this once in a while. I hope it will turn out to have been a good idea to do this, and then maybe I'll end up doing it once in a while, because it means that I can review a bunch of different products and I can deliver more reviews to you guys for the same amount of money in terms of spending my channel budget on this end. I hope that this was fun to watch, just this little unboxing, even though it was all just kind of like first impressions and swatches. Stay tuned on my channel because I am going to be circling back to all of these with much more thorough reviews. I think it's going to be a fun project going through these things and getting to know them really well. Huge thank you to my Patreon patrons for coming through with the recommendations. It's really exciting. I'm going to go back and read the comments again as I test these out so that I can, you know, be more connected with you guys through this process, because, you know, this box is almost entirely the way that it is because of what you directed me to do. Thank you all for being here and watching this video. And don't forget to take extra good care of yourself today so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.